guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing well. Hello, hi, happy Valentine's Day to you all, and welcome to this video. This is a Valentine's Day inspired makeup look. This is by no means a tutorial, so take it with a pinch of salt. I just do what works for me, and that's literally it. But you know, I still like watching the girlies do their makeup, so I thought I'd join in and I'd do a Valentine's Day one. This is most probably what I'll be wearing on Valentine's Day in terms of my makeup, because you know, I'm pretty simple and this is basically the only makeup that I really do on myself. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe and comment. Thank you so much. Hope you enjoyed the video. Okay, so let's jump straight into it. I'm just going to clip back my bangs. 1, 2, and I've got my mirror here on the side, so I am looking at something, and I have got a top on in case you can't see it, but I do. So the first thing I'm going to go in with is some primer. Pop it on like that, and I just blend it with my fingers, rub it in. I actually do have some new products today, so we can try some of them. Hopefully that will be good. So I am all about glowy skin, whether it's winter or summer, I don't care. I love the glow to like come from within. I'm going to use 2 products today to achieve this. I've got my e.l.f. Halo Liquid Glow and L'Oreal Lumi Glotion. Tops of my cheekbones, like that, and just some on my chin. The e.l.f. Glow Filter, I'm just going to take it all over my face. And I'm just going to blend that out with a kabuki brush, which I absolutely love using. I feel like it really gets into the skin and it keeps a lot of the product on the skin rather than, you know, absorbing it with the beauty blender. Valentine's, Galentine's, whatever you're doing this weekend, it's really all about love and celebrating. I think it's like a big thing, like there's a lot of pressure nowadays for young people to be going out specifically on Valentine's Day, on the 14th, and it's just not. Like, I know a lot of people that do stuff like at home and don't go out, but it is nice to be a little bit pampered, I guess. I'm just gonna pat it out again with my beauty blender. I think today I actually need to wash my makeup brushes, because I need to do that thing where like you wash your makeup brushes, sharpen all the pencils and get that all ready for the weekend, because that's the last thing you're wanting to be faffing around with when you just want to crack on and do your makeup. So once that's all blended out, I'm just going to let that sit into the skin, and I'm just going to go ahead and brush out my eyebrows and put some brow gel on them. These, please, please, please do not look at them any further, because I have an eyebrow appointment tomorrow and I have let them grow out for a long time. So there's hairs going in all directions, and we are just going to have to work with what we've got here. This is just the Got To Be one, and I just brush up my brow hairs and make a shape that I like. I'm actually now going to move on to my eyes. Now, this is not one of those Valentine's makeup looks where there's like pink eyes, bright pink lip, red lip, or anything like that. I'm just going to go with what I'm good at and what I know more, which is basically neutral eyes and a nude lip. But I will use a very pinky blush because that never is out of style for me. I love a baby pink blush. Now the first thing I'm going to use on my eyes is just my bronzer shade with a big fluffy brush. So I just take that, this is just the Fenty one, and I run that all over my lid. I'm not being neat in particular, I'm just getting it all over the lid, up into the crease, just so there's a nice even tone there. And also using your bronzer as an eyeshadow is such a life hack, because the thing is it just blends in so well and it's so cohesive with when you put the rest of your makeup on, because it all blends with the bronzer and it just looks like it's meant to be there. So I absolutely love putting eyeshadow, that is my bronzer. I don't think I showed you, but I've actually just got my, if they focus, my Valentine's Day nails. They are little French red tips with these white bows and lace, and I just think they're so cute. So absolutely obsessed with them, and I'm so proud of my natural nail growth. So go queen. Now I'm going to take a dark brown eyeshadow. So this is just a little Spectrum eyeshadow brush, and I've just got this NYX palette, because finding single eyeshadows nowadays is so difficult. So for me to find the dark brown shade, I had to go and get a palette. So that is what I did, and this eyeshadow is really good actually. So it's just this dark brown shade right there. I just pack it onto the brush, and all I'm going to do is focus it in the outer third of my eye, buffing it out, staying close to the lash line but also bringing it slightly in the crease and kind of winging it out, just to get that elongated effect. But in this palette there are some really pretty like shimmers and neutrals, apart from, you know, these like, hello, that is not a neutral. I'm just gonna go back in with the big fluffy brush and just make sure that's all diffused. So I like to do my eyeshadow first, just because, you know, if there is any fallout, I want to avoid it. I don't want to wipe up any mess. But also I can clean up with concealer as well if I need to. Now I'm just going to add a little tiny little wing, just in the corner. I'm going to use, this is a single eyeshadow that I own. It's just a black single eyeshadow from Sephora and a little angled brush. And I'm just going to dip the brush into the powder and very lightly draw on a wing. I've just drawn on my wings, so that's done. I'm just gonna take any excess along my lash line. When I do go out, I will put some kohl in my waterline and I'll put on some fake lashes, but I'm not going to do that right now, but I will show you what lashes I always use. My absolute favourites are these catty lashes. They're in the style Side Hustle. So they're basically just this cat eye half lash effect, and these are the only ones I use, or anything that gives a kind of cat eye winged half lash effect. So I would normally be using this and then putting all the waterline stuff in, but I'm going to keep it very natural today because I am really not going anywhere. Okay, so instead of doing a full beat glam, recently I've been into a little bit of a skin tint, just to keep it more natural as such. I'm going to use the Maybelline Superstay Skin Tint, just to keep it really natural and still skin-like. So I'm just going to put a few drops. And again, I'm going to take my kabuki brush and just stipple that out onto the skin. I'm not sure if it will pick up on camera, but in real life, this is quite an orangey undertone, the skin tint for me. It looks so much better once, you know, the rest of the makeup is on on top of it, but right now it does look a little bit crazy. Once the majority of that is blended out with the kabuki, I'm just gonna go back in with the beauty blender and make sure it's all evenly blended out. And I don't know if you can see, but my skin still looks like skin in the best way possible. So you can still see it's really glowy, super light, but it's still covering any scarring or redness or anything like that. I don't take any foundation or skin tint right underneath the eyes because I get a lot of creasing, and the last thing I want is loads and loads of layers underneath my eyes. So that will be saved just for concealer. Now I'm going to move on to cream bronzer. I'm going to do nose contour first. This is not contour because it's not even a contour, it's a bronzer. But basically, I'm just going to shadow my nose. So I'm just going to take this flat top brush and this cream bronzer. I'm just going to warm it up and dip it in, and then I go round the tip of my nose first, round it out, drag it up, and then go down the sides of the bridge of my nose. I like to drag it up into the crease as well, just to join them all together, make it look a little bit more seamless. I know I probably look a bit like a reindeer or something, but I'm going to leave it like that for now, and then I'm going to bronze up my cheeks. As you can see, look, my brushes really need washing. Flat top brush, and I'm just going to dip it into the bronzer, and I'm going to stipple that onto my cheeks. You know when you just pray for it to be a good makeup day, like the makeup gods need to do their job. Up to the temples, onto my forehead, stippling it on. I'm not dragging it really, I'm just stippling it and pressing it into the skin. I don't want to disturb any makeup underneath. Still with the cream products. Before I go in with concealer, I'm just going to go in with some highlight. This is the balmiest, creamiest formula ever, and it's so easy to work with. This is just the Comic Case by Made by Mitchell. I'm just going to take this champagne colour here with my middle finger, just warming it up, and I'm popping it on all the high points of my face. So on my brow bone, highlighting all the hairs that I need threading out, down the bridge of my nose, on the tip of my nose, on my cupid's bow, and on my cheekbone. So I'm now going to go in with concealer. So first I'm going to use a colour corrector. So this is just a little colour corrector stick, and I pop a little bit right underneath my eyes where the darkness is, pat it out with my finger. It's super easy to blend. And then I'm going to take a new product for me. This is the L'Oreal True Match Concealer. And what I'm going to do, I'm just going to take a little bit of that on the back of my hand. And I'm just going to get a little fluffy brush and buff that into my concealer. And lightly put that underneath my eyes. Just taking a bit on my chin bit down my nose. And a bit on the forehead. Okay, so once that is done, what we're going to move on to now. Cream blush, obviously one of my favourite parts. So I'm just going to take this little angled brush and the brightest baby doll pink blush you've ever seen, very pigmented, and again, yet again, a cream product, which I absolutely love. I love cream products so much over powder. So you only need a little bit of this, it goes a long way. I'm gonna take a bit of that, take some of that on the brush, and I'm gonna stipple it again on my face. I keep my blush very high at the top ends of my cheekbones and around my temple, and only after will I drag it down near my nose. And the first thing to go on your face, the first makeup product to leave, is blush. So that's why I like to go in. I like to go in with it. Take my beauty blender and make sure everything is seamlessly blended. Okay, so now I'm just going to go in midway and set my face with the Wee Cherie. I'm just going to spray it all over. So we're going to do the lower lash line and then some mascara. I'm going to take the same eyeshadow palette and that little eyeshadow brush I had, and I'm just going to mix that dark brown shade with this other tan brown up here. Curl my eyelashes and then use some mascara. This is my ride or die. Mwah. I love her so much. Okay, so I've popped my mascara on. Now let's go in with our powders on the skin. The first thing I'm going to use is a shimmery bronzer. This is the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish. And mine has absolutely been smashed, but it smashed very early on and I want to finish it before I buy a new one. So I'm just going to take that along my cheekbones. Now I'm just going to go back in again with my cream blush, because it seems to be lost in translation here with all my shimmery bronzers. So I'm just going to take that again. So easy for it to go on top of powder, so don't be scared of that at all. You just can't have a Valentine's makeup look without pinky blush, I don't think. And then I've got another new product. So this is the HMB Cosmetics pressed powder in extra brightening. So with this, it's basically a very white powder. So I'm just going to take a big fluffy brush and just dust that under my contour, slightly on my forehead. I've got a big fluffy brush and I'm just going to take it a little bit, whoop, just take a little bit under the eyes. Okay, so for a final bit of glow, this is a love it or hate it, but I think it is a little bit good for a Valentine's Day special. This is the Fenty Beauty. This is the Fenty Beauty highlighter in What a Brat. And if you know, you know. Yeah. So I'm just going to take this and pop it on the high points of my cheeks just to blend in with that pink blush, and I think it's going to look chef's kiss. So I'm just going to take this little brush, dip it in there, and pop it onto my cheekbones. I mean, I don't know if you can see that, but it is God's work. Okay, so we are very nearly coming to a close. The last thing for me to do is the lips. So I'm going to do a nude juicy lip. Thank you. It goes with everything. And for me, I'm wearing black, so it's only right. So I'm just going to take this dark brown lip liner. This is actually from Primark. Which, see what I mean? It needs sharpening and this needs to be done before tomorrow. So I'm just going to overline my lips, and when I overline my lips, I just overline the bottom middle section of my lips and around the cupid's bow, and then I join all back to my normal lip shape. There's just like some days when I overline my lips so fire, and then there's other days where it's like not even, it's wonky, and I hate it so much, and I just don't know why I can never recreate it again. I think today is one of those really good lip liner days, which might mean tomorrow, which is actually Valentine's Day, might not be a good day at all. So that, if anything, is so worrying for me. Maybe it'll be better when I've got a sharpened pencil. I then just go in with a little concealer, and I just pop it in the centre of my lips. And I make my own nude shade. I'll blend out with my finger into the lip liner. So you could totally leave it there, but this is really not it for me. I need a gloss. I'm just going to take this Fenty gloss. It's just a clear one, Diamond Milk, and I'm just going to whack that all over my lips. I'm just going to go in with one little spray of my Infallible so I don't go anywhere. Boy, that stuff is so scary to put on, I'm telling you. Let me take my little clippies out. So there is my finished Valentine's Day look, or it could be, you know, any day of the week. A literal Tuesday for all I care. As long as you want to get glam, then this is for you. The pinky, cheek, fully bronzed, glowing to the max, a glossy nude lip. Thank you, good night. Bye.